A soldier drags an old man into the village square. Behind him, smoke rises from a temple. The old man's hands are shaking, not from fear, from rage. The Greek officer holds out a sword and a pig. Sacrifice it. Bow to our gods, or die where you stand. This is Mattathias, a priest of Israel. And behind him, watching, is his son Judah. For years, the Seleucid Empire had ruled this land with a loose hand. Then came Antiochus IV. He didn't just want taxes. He wanted obedience, total, absolute, religious obedience. He outlawed the Sabbath. He outlawed circumcision. He turned the holiest temple in Jerusalem into a shrine for Zeus. And now, in every village, his soldiers were forcing priests to sacrifice pigs on pagan altars, or die. Mattathias looks at the sword. He looks at his sons, and he refuses. Another villager, terrified, steps forward instead, ready to obey, ready to save his own life by betraying everyone else's faith. Mattathias doesn't hesitate. He kills the traitor on the spot. Then he turns and kills the Greek officer standing beside him. The square goes silent. Mattathias turns to the crowd and shouts one line that would echo through history. "Let everyone who is zealous for the law follow me." And they do. Mattathias and his 5 sons flee into the hills. Within days, hundreds join them. Within months, thousands. This is not an army. It has no armor to speak of, no siege engines, no cavalry. It is farmers, shepherds, and priests, armed with whatever they could carry, led by a dying old man and his sons. Mattathias doesn't live to see what comes next. He dies within the year, exhausted from the campaign he started. Before he dies, he hands leadership to one son, not the eldest, but the fiercest, Judah. They call him Maccabee, the hammer. Judah inherits a rebellion that should not exist. Against him stands the Seleucid Empire, professional soldiers, war elephants, a military machine that had crushed kingdoms twice this size. Judah has none of that. What he has is terrain, speed, and men with nothing left to lose. At Beth Horon, a Greek force marches up a narrow mountain pass to crush the rebellion once and for all. Judah lets them come. Then he strikes from above, rocks, arrows, ambush from every ridge. The Greek column breaks. They run. For the first time, an imperial army has been humiliated by farmers with swords. Antiochus does not take this lightly. He sends a bigger force, then a bigger one after that. Each time, Judah adapts, never meeting the empire head-on in open battle, always choosing the ground, always striking where they're weakest. Guerrilla war against an empire that has never fought one before. At Emmaus, a Seleucid general splits his force to trap Judah's men in a pincer. Judah finds out. Instead of retreating, he marches his men through the night and hits the main camp before the trap can close. The Greeks wake up to chaos in their own camp. They break and run without a real battle ever being fought. 2 years into the revolt, Judah does something almost no one believed possible. He marches on Jerusalem itself. The temple, the holiest site in Judah's world, sits desecrated, an altar to foreign gods standing where the sacred altar once stood. Judah's men fight their way into the city. And there, in the ruins of what the empire tried to erase, they tear down the pagan altar with their bare hands. They clean the temple. They rebuild the altar stone by stone. And on the 25th day of the month of Kislev, they light it again, for the first time in 3 years. That flame is why, over 2,000 years later, people still light candles for 8 nights every winter. Not because of a war, because of what the war was actually about. The refusal to let an empire decide who you're allowed to be. Judah Maccabee doesn't live to see his people fully free. He dies years later, still fighting, still holding the line the empire could never break. But by then, it doesn't matter. He already proved the one thing the empire never wanted proven, that they could be beaten. A priest's son picked up a sword because his father refused to bow, and an empire that had never lost.